Hello, everyone, and welcome to Storage Podcast, where I am your host, Libbie Higgins. And also, I am going to say storage because last week I said Slop City about 30 times. And you'll have to forgive me, and that is because I do not one, not two, but 3 podcasts, and that is excessive. And you might say, well, that's not a lot because you don't have a job. Okay. Mind your business. I have a special guest today, and before I introduce him, I just want to give a little backstory for anyone that's maybe not on my Instagram or Facebook or TikTok. In the 90s, there was an infomercial about a man called Safe Tea Man. And he was a man that was designed to keep people safe. You could keep him in your car, you could keep him in your home, and it looked like there was a man there. So you're less likely to get robbed, attacked, burglarized, beat up, mugged. And my brother and I just couldn't get enough of the commercial. We thought it was the funniest thing. And not a day went by that I didn't think about how I never got a Safety Man. Because at the time, Safety Man was like $300, and that was without the additional. You could get like real arms, I think, like cloth arms. The guy I have is plastic. Anyway, cut to someone on my Instagram sending me a link to a Safety Man on eBay. And against my better judgment, I went ahead and bought Safety Man. And he wasn't cheap. He wasn't cheap. And that's okay. You know, I tend to be a little more on the frugal side with certain things, so I feel like the money that I spent on him was frivolous. It was definitely frivolous, but it's something that I needed to grow. What I'm saying is Safety Man is something I needed. Because in your life, there are certain things when you are a child that you want and you didn't get because your parents were like, you don't need a $300 blow-up doll. Why would you need that? And then you turn into an adult and you're kind of wishing that you had your parent around to say, you still don't need that blow-up doll. But unfortunately, my mom is passed and my dad is passed, and they weren't here to stop me. And I did it. And I would like to present to you, ladies and gentlemen, from 1995 infomercials as seen on TV, I present to you Safety Man. Safety Man is keeping us safe here in the storage space. Safety Man looks like a real guy sitting here. Safety Man looks like a dummy. It's not gonna stop anyone. It's the wonky eyes for me. It's the fact that the left eye is looking at me and the right eye is looking over there somewhere. And I like that. I think it gives it a more realistic look because not everybody has eyes that go. Sometimes when I take a picture and maybe I'm kind of zoned out, I'll notice that one eye is here and the other one's kind of over there. So that's what we're going on there. We got got a nice sweatshirt. He's got my clothing on. That's one of the reasons why when I pick him up, his pants fall off because he's wearing my pants. He's not a size 26 woman. He is actually like a 32 guy, 32 male. I got to look at this hair. It just feels like it's looking weird. Yeah, it's looking weird. That's okay. So I have Safety Man. And to be honest, Safety Man is at this point considered a business expense because I've used him in Instagram videos. I'm a content creator and I have him on my podcast. So he is a business expense. And anyone that says you Shouldn't spend that kind of money on a blow-up doll. You're right. And I do feel guilty, but also I've wanted Safety Man for many years. Just because you want something doesn't mean you should get it, right? We know that. But in this case, I mean, look at him. I mean, look at him. He does have a little bit of a slow leak, so I need to find out where that is, because if I'm going to be transporting him in the car, I don't want him to be like... That's not going to scare away a carjacker. Have I ever been potentially carjacked? Never. Not once. Have men approached me in my car at night, and I've said, "Get the hell out of here." Yes. Or I'll say, "Don't approach my car." Because you got to be firm with these people. And most times it's probably just a guy like, "Hey, can I get a couple bucks?" Because he wants to get some stuff. Or maybe he's hungry. But don't approach me in my car at night. That's not safe. Don't do it. Won't allow it. I don't even want a woman approaching me at night. But most times it's a dude. So let's just be real. Dudes will walk up on people at any time of the day. They don't give a flying Shout out to the button lady trying to keep my buttons low today. Trying to keep them low so that we don't hurt your ears. And I'm not making fun of you. I'm really not, because I have, like I said last time, my own kind of sound issues. I got to dry off my Apple Watch because water gets trapped under here, and then it starts pressing buttons on its own. There we go. Love this Apple Watch. I recently, there we go. 157. Recently got I can't remember if I had a producer here. Hey, Safety Man, you want to be my producer? To tell me whether or not I talked about having a personal trainer. Let's see. When did I film this? I don't remember. Regardless, I've been putting time in at the gym, and I'm talking doing squats from a box. I'm not the kind of person that can do a regular squat right now because I can't go down far enough. But I am on a box, and I'll put the little weight thing right here, and I'll stand up straight. Many times. Couple sets of 12. Then I go over to the machines, start doing all these. Do the leg press. I think I did talk about this last time. Yeah, but basically what I'm saying is I didn't need my trainer. I've been going on my own. Then I'll get on the recumbent thing and go to town. And I love it. And I feel less embarrassed now because I'm like, no one cares, no one cares, no one's looking at you, no one cares, no one cares, no one cares, no one cares. That's what I have to tell myself over and over. No one cares, no one cares, no one cares. Do I see a difference? I see a difference in myself in that I'm motivated. I'm like, yeah, I can do this. I'm cool. I'm fine. Do I see any body changes? No. Do I feel stronger? My arms feel like I'm fucking jacked. My arms feel like I'm jacked. And there was a time in the past where people were like, women shouldn't lift weights because women who look strong are gross. Well, guess what? Check this shit out, brothers. Don't look at the bottom because that's a lot of lipedema tissue. You can't see it. But that thing right there, just start calling me Hulk Hogan, brothers, because look at that. Arms have always been strong, but they feel, I think because I've been going consistently, they are feeling tight. They're feeling like when you look at a diagram of a muscle and it's contracted and it retracted, that's how it looks, where it's all red and it's disgusting. Ooh. Love looking at medical books, though, but can't stand looking at tendons and stuff. Oh. Safety man doesn't work out. What if I took him to the gym and like pushed him in a wheelchair and he came in there and put some sunglasses on? People wouldn't know that he's not real. They'd be like, who's that guy? I'd say, that's my trainer. That is my trainer. And I have to think of a name for him. I'm not trying to force it, basically, but also I want him to have a name. I don't want to keep calling him Safety Man, but I think it's got to happen organically. Like one day I've just got to be like, hey, Frank, or hey, Nestor, hey, Bobby. That's how it's going to have to happen. Or I could put a thing online and be like, hey, why don't you name Safety Man? And you'll get a prize. What kind of prize will you get? Well, I have a surplus of extra small "M'excuse me" shirts that I can't sell because they're for children, but it says "M'excuse me, bitch." Oh, check out my new shirt. And you might be saying, wow, that's really cool. That's Arby's logo with your name in it. And if you don't know what that means you haven't been to a show and you haven't heard my joke where I mention Arby's. I can't print this anywhere. No one will let me print it, obviously, because of trademark reasons. But I was able to print one for myself. I can't print it anywhere. So I can't sell these. But I do have a new shirt. Oh, God, it's so cute. The Cooter Scooter shirt. Oh, God. It's not ready. I mean, it is ready, but it's not ready on the website yet. I'm just going to show you on here. Oh, my God. Look at it. I'll just put a picture up. Cooter Scooter. I mean, just a lot of good stuff going on. Just a lot of cool stuff happening. What's going on? What else is going on? Been working out. Like I said, been trying to get my water in. Like I said, been still drinking Coke Zero from Sonic. And every time I pull up, I'm like, man, I could eat a number one with cheese on it. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't. Let's listen to a voicemail.
Voicemail, voicemail. I miss this song. It's a fucking banger. And I just wanted to remind you that I think we should hear it again.
Damn it. I'm sorry.
Soon.
I haven't been playing the voicemail song, and I think that's because it's on my iPad. I'll have to get it. It's not on here, and I'll have to fix it. Sorry if I haven't been playing the voicemail song. Voicemail, voicemail. It's time for a voicemail. I'm going to get that. I'm going to write myself a note nowhere because I don't have a pen and paper here. And another number from an 804, another message from an 804 number. And this looks like a long, I can't see what it says.
Hey, Libbie. It's real time for me because right now I'm in the point of the podcast where you just got off the phone with Tina. But I couldn't even wait to finish the podcast because I just needed to call you and beg you to please come to Virginia. Last time you guys were in Virginia with Chelsea, it was at the Richmond Funny Bone, which was fantastic. I was trying to play it cool because I was like, oh, my God, I feel like they're my best friends, but they don't know me. So I was like acting cool, like, hey, what's up? I'm your fan, you know. So I'd love a redo because I'm obsessed with you guys in a healthy way, in a way where you bring me lots of joy and happiness to my life, just like the caller that you just had earlier. I'm a mail lady as well. Well, I'm a postal carrier. And, yeah, so
wow, lots of mail
Virginia
ladies.
Again. Please, 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 please.
Please.
All right, thanks. And you've taken my voicemails a couple times before. It's broke. I asked you about God and how to handle my sister's differences and all like that so that I can still hang out with my niece and nephew. Anyway, love you guys. Please come to Virginia. Bye.
I do not have an update on the tour or the dates yet. I talked to Tina earlier via text mobile message and said, hey, what's going on? Do we need to talk to the person that's going to be helping us? And she said, let's all make a call and figure out what's going on. Because I kind of want to know the dates or, what's going on. Because I don't really know anything. I keep saying, oh, I'm going on tour, but I don't actually know anything. And I don't think Tina does either. Maybe she does. I don't know. Tina's very busy right now. She was uploading slop earlier and was frustrated because she said she's disorganized and she's also working and she's also, taking care of her 2 elderly dogs. She got a lot going on. And she'll be here. She comes here soon. A lot of stuff going on. Let's see. Going to see Brian Regan next week. Tomorrow tomorrow's my surgery for my implant. And I filled out my consent forms, and there was one for each step of the way. There was one like, oh, you're getting an implant, and this is what's going to happen. And I had to stop reading. The next one was like, oh, we're giving you a tissue graft. Okay, had to stop reading. Next one was, we're giving you a bone graft. And it wanted me to check which one I wanted. The choices were take the bone from somewhere else in my body, take the bone from my next of kin, or take the bone from a cow. Modern medicine is wonderful, but also gross. Thinking about taking the bone of one of my loved ones, placing it in my mouth hole, that sounds cool. Taking a bone from somewhere else in my body, how? How are you going to do that? Are you going to cut open my leg? And then taking one from a cow is fine. But what? And yeah, I eat meat. I'm a hypocrite. I'm a vegan at heart and a carnivore in real life. I'm a vegan in the streets and a carnivore in the sheets. That's what's going on. Can't help it. Like meat. Okay, so I do the bone graft, the tissue, the thing you're getting the implant. Then there was another one. It's like, oh, the chances of this being okay are this, and the chances of it failing are this, and if that happens, then there's nothing we could do, and you basically spent $5,000 on nothing. I signed off on that, and then the next one was we're going to sedate you, but not enough that you fall asleep. Cool. Do all that. It named 3 different kind of drugs I've never heard of, and I just signed off. And we do that. We just sign off because we don't know. If we actually had an attorney at law who read through each of those, they would probably advise against even doing anything ever. And I get it. They're trying to cover their asses so people don't come back and say, well, you didn't tell me you were going to put the bone of a cow in my mouth. And all of a sudden, I've started mooing. I started mooing, and I keep throwing up my food and re-chewing it and swallowing it. Could that have anything to do with the fact that you used a bovine bone? You didn't tell me you're going to sedate me. You didn't tell me I couldn't drive a car right after I left your office. No, I have to take somebody. I'm taking Maggie, and the poor gal has to sit there in the office while I'm in there having the unimaginable happened to my jawbone. I'm kind of looking forward to getting in the implant because this thing is getting loosey-goosey. Love to be able to take it out for character work or just when I'm around the house, you know. But it's getting loose. And apparently it's another, for this post to heal, it's another 4 to 6 months. This is a 2-year process to get a tooth. It's like, damn. It's almost too much. 2 damn years to get a tooth in. Is this thing even running? How do I know if it's running? It's running. Safety man, have you ever had an implant? Cool. What are some hobbies that you have? All right. He has not met Skeletal Crystal yet. Skeletal Crystal is actually on the floor over there. He has not met her. I'm not ready for the two to meet. It's kind of like when you get a new dog and you already have a dog, the one dog is already established, lives there, considers that their home, and then you bring another dog in, there's going to be problems. Because the first dog's going to be like, hey, why'd you get another dog? I thought I was enough. And then the new dog's like, yeah, this place is cool. This is my new house. Ah, what's going on? The new dog's going crazy. Well, that's kind of Safety Man right now. Safety Man's going crazy because he's got a new family. And Skeletal Crystal's like, you leave me in this storage unit constantly, all day, every day, in the heat, rain, cold, and you're just going to bring this guy in that you've been riding around in the car with instead of me? And they're right. They're right. It's weird that I do this podcast. This is weird. It's weird that I have a storage space and I come in here and do a podcast. Yep, that's it. Getting surgery tomorrow. Hopefully, fingers crossed, everything will be fine. The post will heal. The tissue will heal. The bone will not cause me to start mooing. Will not cause me to have flashbacks of like walking in a field and eating grass and having somebody milk me. I was going to ask a really dumb question. Do all female cows have milk? And that answer is yes, because they have babies and then the babies drink the milk. For some reason, I was thinking there was a difference between like a dairy cow and a meat cow, and I don't think there is. And the more I think about it, the more disturbed I get, so I'm not going to think about it. Jeez. Justina never answers my calls. She probably working. What a weird sound.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
Justina.
Oh, wow. What's going on?
Oh, there we go. I had to put you on my little thing so I could hear you through my speaker.
Okay. What you been doing?
Nothing. I just wanted to check in with you and see how your head is and see how your little surgery was.
My head is, the cyst is gone and it's doing great. The healing process is doing amazing.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't feel anything during the procedure. Didn't have that much pain after the procedure either. So everything is doing amazing. I go back this coming Monday to get my stitches removed.
Is it itching or anything?
No. I'm getting like, here and there might be a little itch, but besides that, that's about it.
Are you at work right now?
I'm about to be in like less than 40 minutes.
Oh, God. I'm sorry.
You're fine, honey.
And how does your body feel without Sistina? Does she feel lighter?
Yes, much lighter and feels good.
Did
Because, like, I'm not carrying around that doggone cyst anymore. And I would do what, honey?
Did they let you keep it?
No. They took it to examine it to make sure it's not cancerous or anything. I should know the results the 17th.
Oh,
they said.
Thank God.
I know. I'm praying that it's not cancerous. Even the her assistant said it's not cancerous.
Oh, so
but they want to make sure.
Okay. I'm surprised they didn't like try to pop it first.
The other person, the other doctor thought about it and was like, "Hey, well, we can pop it and see what all comes out." I was like, "Fuck that shit! No, we're gonna get we're gonna get the sac and everything out because I don't want this bitch back."
I can't get over how round it was, man.
Oh my God! It looks like one of those little dum-dum suckers.
It really did. You ain't lying.
It did, and yeah, because like after I posted the picture on Instagram, they said, "Oh, and it also looks like a little Saturn as well."
Oh, a Saturn!
Yeah, I had a Saturn in my head.
Well, I'm so glad she's gone. Shoot.
Me too. Sure.
She stuck around for way too long.
Yeah, because I was rewatching Baby Oopsie. The last ones that we did, and I saw the early stages of Sistina there. So it's been like 2 years.
The early stages of Sistina. That should be the name of your self-titled autobiography.
I know, right? The self of Sistina. Well, yeah, because that bitch didn't pay any rent, so that bitch is gone.
Oh, God, yeah. People, if you haven't watched Baby Oopsie yet, you should watch it. Justina and I were the main characters in two. I say 2 movies, but it was actually 1 movie, and then, like, how many were...
It was 4 parts made into, like, 2 other movies, so it was, like, 2 more movies. It's, like, 3 movies all in total, but, like, 4 parts of the next series.
I call it just 2 movies, but it's...
Yeah,
I don't know why they did
things.
that. But you should watch it.
It's amazing.
It's wild. It's very silly and fun, and
it was like we had so much fun filming the movie, and I can go back and look at the scenes and just laugh my ass off at some of them. One of the scenes one of the scenes I fucked up, I won't ever forget that, and I still go back and rewatch that.
Which one was it?
It was when we were in the basement, and it was on the first film, and I couldn't get my lines right to save my life. And
that was pretty much every scene. What are you talking about?
Now, on a lot of them, on the second half, I did really good.
That's good.
But on the first one, I fucked up a lot.
Well, Justina would be fine until the camera would turn on, and then she would get stage fright, which I get. I have stage fright too.
It's kind of like how a teacher would say, "Oh, you got a pop quiz," and then you're like, "Fuck, I didn't prepare for this shit."
But the thing was, you did prepare for it. But then, as soon as the camera turned on, it was like, "Bam!"
It's like, test or action is like 2 words that gets me like, oops, here we go.
They should have said something else instead of action, like proceed. Proceed.
Yeah, that would be a great word. So we'll tell Billy to use that word next time when we do it.
I wonder if there's going to be any more Baby Oopsies.
I'm hoping that there's some more Baby Oopsies because that would be so much fun. I missed the cast. I can't wait to reunite with everybody. And it's just going to be and it feels so good.
How do you know that song?
Because I love all the oldies but goodies.
You do. Can we get a little sister of Elvis song?
Well, I dated your big sister, and I took her to a show. I went for some candy, along came Jim Danny, and it snuck right out the door.
Little sister, you didn't sing my favorite part. Little sister, don't you?
Little sister, don't you?
Little sister, don't you kiss me once or twice and say it's very nice and then you run.
Wait a minute. Little sister. I'm going to assume that the person he's talking about is over the age of 18.
Oh, yeah. God, I hope so. Shit.
You know, some of them old-timey songs, they don't think about the age of consent.
No, because they were written way back when.
They were wilding out in the old times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wilding out.
If you weren't on the cruise, you missed Justina just putting on quite a show on the karaoke nights.
Oh, my goodness, that was a blast. And that was like my first time literally like in front of a stage, and it felt so freaking good.
Really?
Yeah, like, because I used to get stage fright a lot. And I was like, oh, no, I ain't doing this. But now after doing that and having an audience in front of me,
mm-hmm.
I can do it.
It feels good, doesn't it?
It does feel good.
Well, I've been to karaoke with you, and you tore down the house. Is that what they say? You tore the house up.
I won't ever forget. Do you remember when all of us went to, it was in California, we went to the retirement home karaoke? Yes. Oh, my goodness. I had all the elderly people up there shaking and dancing.
I mean, that place was, I'm not going to say dead, but that place was not active. And then Justina came in there and did some Elvis, and man, then people got up off their chairs and were dancing and loved Justina. Justina knows how to.
I did Little Sister before. I think I did Little Sister then too.
Yeah, that's the first time I heard you say, "Little sister, don't you?"
Little sister, don't you?
Little sister, don't you? Well, do you have any shout outs or anything? Because I'm getting ready to.
I want to give a shout out to our family. Okay. I want to give a shout out to Sis.
Very nice.
Well, she's part of our family too.
Yes.
Billy Butler.
Okay.
Oh my God, I give him so much freaking praises, and the whole Full Moon family.
Yep.
Yeah, and to all of our fans that we love so dearly.
Would you like to give a shout out to Dollar General?
Yes, I would love to give a shout out to Dollar General.
DG, Dolce & Gabbana.
Oh, Lord.
Well, I love you, honey. Thanks for being on Storage.
I love you too, Mama. Can't wait to see you soon.
Can't wait to see you. I got to go because I'm about to piss my pants and there ain't no bathroom in here.
All right. Love you, honey.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, guys. Like I said, I have to go pee, so I am going to end it here. It might be a little bit short, and that's okay. Sometimes we don't do an hour. Sometimes we are about to pee our pants. But thank you for joining us on Storage, and we'll see you next time. Uh-oh. Let's try that again. Thank you for, oh, God. Thank you for joining us on Storage. We'll see you next time. There we go. That's the one. That's the one. Drank so much soda and water, I'm gonna pee. Should wore a diaper or a big boy's pad to keep me from peeing in my pants. Pee? Bye-bye.